Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Bears. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video on the What a Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Arizona Cardinals 10-year rebuild here on Madden 23. We are in episode number 7, season number 7, and we have got some news. Obviously, you all know what happened at the end of episode number 6. We traded away Kyler Murray for the defending MVP of the league. And you may be thinking, who is it? Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow? No, it's none of those guys. He's better than all of them. He's a future Hall of Famer. It is Desmond Ridder. That's right. We traded Kyler Murray for a superstar X Factor defending MVP, Desmond Ridder. He's now our quarterback. So how will our new look offense do? Because the reason why I traded Kyler Murray, if you weren't watching last episode, I felt like the team was good enough to win a championship, but Kyler Murray was holding us back. So we'll see if that theory is true with this first season as Desmond Ridder as the quarterback. We've changed the offensive playbook to Atlanta's playbook, because we wanted to make him feel as comfortable as possible, and we'll see how good this team can do with Desmond Ridder as our quarterback. It's going to be a wild last few seasons. I hope you guys are excited. If you are, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get Season 7 underway. So as we do at the beginning of every episode of the 10-year rebuilds, we've got to set our season goals, and you know what? We are going to make the playoffs this year. I feel confident in our new quarterback. I feel confident in the rest of the team as a whole. This team is constructed beautifully. We can make the playoffs. The offensive line is great. The receiving core is good enough. The running back is fantastic. The quarterback is fantastic. The defense is good. Now, I have had some calls to make Will Anderson Jr. a pass rusher on the defensive line, and that might be a scenario that we do. I'm going to give Will Anderson one more season as a linebacker, and then next episode, I probably am going to move him to pass rusher, to defensive line. Or maybe I move him now, and then we have Devin White play outside, or Quay Walker, I guess, could play outside too. Doesn't really matter. You know what? Let's do that now. Let's change Will Anderson for a season as a defensive lineman. We'll move him to the right end spot so that he can play right end. Will Anderson Jr., who's been with us since the beginning, will move to right end. Then we will have Quay Walker probably play at left outside linebacker. Devin White will play middle linebacker. We'll see how that works. If I go to my depth chart just to make sure that everybody is in the right spots, so let's go to the right end and make sure that Will Anderson Jr. is starting at right end. Oh, because he's starting at left outside linebacker. That's right. So let's go to middle linebacker first. Make Devin White the starting middle linebacker. Let's go to left outside linebacker and make Quay Walker the left outside linebacker. Then we go to right end and we make Will Anderson Jr. the starting right end. That should be the changes that we need to make. That makes the linebacking core that much more evenly balanced, and that makes the defensive line a lot better. Having Will Anderson Jr. on the right side, then all we have to do is work on getting a left end that's better than Boogie Basham. But the linebacking core now looks better. The corners are good. Remember, I moved our rookie corner, Richardson, to strong safety because we moved Isaiah Simmons to right outside linebacker. So we'll see how this goes for this season. That's going to be the only change we make. But this team's good, and we're going to see how good the defending MVP Desmond Ridder can be. He's got good weapons. He's got a solid offensive line and a good defense behind him. Let's simulate to the midseason mark and just see how good Desmond Ridder can be. We've made it to the midseason mark, and we are 5-2 on the year. Perfect situation to make the playoffs. We're battling with the Seahawks, who are also pretty good at 5-2. I'm just so happy that the team is finally playing up to the capabilities, and it looks like my theory is going to end up being true, where Kyler Murray was the team holding us back, and it seems like Roth had got pushed down to backup will make him the starter again. But this left side of the offensive line is very good. The center, Kershaw, is good. We just need to work on developing this right side. We need to probably get one more good receiver for me to feel comfortable, because we have Ayuk, we have Rondell Moore, we have Christian Watson, but I feel like we could just use one more receiver to make me feel super, super comfortable. Then it looks like Isaiah Simmons got switched to left outside linebacker. Donaldson's now playing right. I don't know what happened here. I guess I'll have to make Quay Walker officially an outside linebacker just so that it doesn't get switched like that. I don't know what happened. So let's make Quay Walker a left outside linebacker, because I already made Isaiah Simmons a right outside linebacker. So then we'll just have to move Isaiah Simmons. What about if I do generate best lineup? Can I do that here? Generate the best lineup. Yes. So that moves Isaiah Simmons back over to the right side. Quay Walker's left outside linebacker. Perfect. Oh, Richardson ends up being a star development player, by the way. Okay. So the corners are looking good. Defense is looking solid. The offense is still looking good. They have Roth still backing up because I generated the best lineup. Okay. So we're sitting at 5-2 at the midseason mark. We're looking pretty good. I'm excited to see where this team goes. I'm going to take a peek at the player negotiations and at the mock draft just to see where everything's kind of standing. And then I'll see you guys at the playoffs. Hopefully, we're the 1 seed. We've made it to the end of the season, and we are in the playoffs. We won the division 14-3, but unfortunately, that was not good enough to be the 1 seed. I don't know who had a better year. It looks like the Giants had a better season than us, but we won 14 games. It had to be Kyler Murray holding us back. It absolutely had to be. We got to see what the stats are looking like, because this team is a lot better than what we were last season. Desmond Ridder in his first season, 4,800 yards, 41 touchdowns to just 14 picks. I got to see, is that better or comparable to what he just had last year as his MVP season? No, he had 5,300 yards, 56 touchdowns, 14 picks last year when he won the MVP. So he did drop in his touchdowns and yards, which is a little bit upsetting. But hey, he's got more weapons to throw to. He's got a lot of different stuff. He's got Bijan now. So Bijan probably took a lot of those yards, and he did. He took a lot of the yards away. 1,518 touchdowns. I'm so happy we drafted Bijan, man. He's such a stud. Receiving, Brandon Ayuk had 1,700 yards and 15 touchdowns. A fantastic season from Ayuk. Eric Gilbert had 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns. Rondell Moore had 725 and 5. Christian Watson had a good season as well. Defensively, who gave up the most sacks? Clyde Buckley at 10. Devin White had another great season with 112 tackles. Martin Emerson, our corner, had 93 tackles. That's insane for a corner. All of our corners had a ton of tackles. Absolutely crazy. Quay Walker at 89. Will Anderson Jr. at 72. It looks like moving him to defensive line was the right move. 24 sacks. Jalen Carter had 14. That's a dominant 1-2 punch right there on the defensive line. Boogie Basham had 7. 6.5 for Spencer Winslow. Interception leader Martin Emerson had 4, so I'm happy we traded for him and brought him in. Isaiah Simmons had 1. A bunch of other guys had 1 as well. This team is ready. This team is ready to win a championship. I can feel it. We are bubbling. We are ready to go. Can we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go to the divisional round? Please. Please, please, oh please, oh please. Yes, we do. Thank you very much, Tampa Bay, for allowing me to win that game 34-18. Now we play the the Carolina Panthers, who are 12-5. This NFC division or NFC conference was difficult. That's crazy. This is an insane NFC side of the bracket. If the 3-seeded Panthers were 12-5, that's crazy. But now we play them at home. Oh, please, please, please give us a championship performance. Go to the NFC title game. No, we lose 31-21. I thought this was the season, man. I thought this was the season. Maybe I should have jumped in. Maybe I should have jumped in and tried to affect the game. But it looked like we didn't really have a chance anyway. We're getting blown out in that one. Oh, we fall short again. Are we ever going to win a Super Bowl with the Arizona Cardinals? The Panthers are in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. Oh, that's annoying, man. That's super annoying. I thought we had it. I'm going to pick the Chiefs for the Super Bowl. Who wins it? Who wins it? It is the Panthers. So the Panthers beat us and ended up going to the Super Bowl and winning it. So congratulations to them. But that sucks, man. I thought this was our year. I really did. Desmond Ridder had a good year. Bijan had a good year. I thought this was our chance. Matt Holloway, the quarterback for the Panthers, wins the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow's your MVP. Brian Daboll is the coach of the year. Josh Jacobs and Will Anderson, defensive player of the year. Quentin Hobbs, quarterback for the Texans, offensive rookie of the year. Victor Merrow, free safety for the Steelers, is defensive rookie of the year. But Will Anderson, we moved him to defensive line, and he won defensive player of the year. That is awesome. That's huge, because now we go to the offseason. I looked at this draft class. This draft class is not amazing. There might be like one player that's really, really good, but other than that, this draft class at the top is not great, which is not surprising. But we have retirements. We have players ready to negotiate. Anybody big? Derrick Henry, Mike Evans. Mike Evans ended up on the Titans, which is pretty weird. Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald both retired the same season. Deion Dawkins, Joe Mixon, Evan Ingram, Mike Gesicki, Joey Bosa, Amari Cooper. Wow, this is a big Hall of Fame class. Stephon Diggs. Okay. This is a pretty big Hall of Fame class. Carl Lawson. Very interesting. Tyler Higbee, Mitchell Trubisky, Matt Judon, Jimmy G. Okay, a lot of interesting players retiring. Some guys going to the Hall of Fame. Andy Reid going to go to the Hall of Fame. Very, very interesting. Players that are ready to negotiate. I re-signed a couple of guys at the mid-season mark. Who else needs a new contract? Who else needs a new contract? Who do I want to bring back? Will McDonald never really developed. Trey McBride I could bring back as just a backup tight end. Jermaine Johnson I think I'll just let go. Probably. Arthur Thorne I want to bring back. Javier Polk I want to bring back. So I will attempt to do that. He's coming back. Javier's back. Spencer Winslow I do want to bring back. Arthur Thorne I definitely want to get signed up. So let's offer him. He wants to be here, so it shouldn't take him that much, and he's coming back. Wait, did I say I'm not interested in signing? He's not coming back. Oh, no. I thought that said he's coming back. Oh, I don't want to waste my... What's my franchise tag? 20... No, I'm not paying $22 million for Arthur Thorne, that's for sure, when I can spend it on somebody else. Do we bring back Devin White, or maybe we trade Devin White and Spencer Winslow? Let's trade Devin White. I think that could be a good option. So let's go to the trade center and let's trade Devin White. Maybe we trade Devin White for a defensive lineman. That could be very interesting. We can move Quay Walker back to middle linebacker. That's always an option. So let's see what kind of value he's got. What's the market looking like for a guy like Devin White? He is 31, needs a new contract. Jelani Cook is there. So is Rick Clayton, who's a left end, which is what we need. LaMichael Huffman. We don't really need a corner. I feel like... Actually, we could use one more corner. Zach Harrison. Peter Griffin. Marquise Glass. Marquise Brown. Christian Gonzalez. Ooh, another corner in Christian Gonzalez could be awesome. Oh, let's see. Ooh, we could get Charles Cross at 87 overall. That would be good. That would fill out our left tackle spot. Ooh, this is tricky. This is very, very tricky. What team is Christian Gonzalez playing for? He's playing for the Lions. Let's talk to the Lions. Maybe we can snag a little bit more than just Christian Gonzalez. So let's go talk to them. They have Gonzalez. He's here. Is he on a contract? What's his contract looking like? I know he's on a contract. What's his contract looking like? He's got 2 years left, so we'd have to re-sign him in a couple of seasons. But could we also snag... They have Junior Browning, who could be very interesting. They also have Connor Stecker. They have Eric Robertson. Does he have a development trait? He has Star. What about Junior Browning? Does he have a development trait? He has Star as well. And I think he's still on his rookie deal, isn't he? He should be. Yeah, so he's coming up actually to re-sign. But if we go to D-tackle, Robertson's rookie deal should be over. He should be extended now. No, he's only got one more year left too. Okay, very interesting. They've got Penei Sewell, James Greer, Jonah Jackson, Rhett Eubanks. What about if I could get... I wonder if I could get... Who's better? Could I get both of these guys? Plus... Who else? Is there anybody else that I would want? J-Mo? Keenan Bowie has got normal development. Julius Richardson's got normal development. What about if I could snag a draft pick? Like a third-round pick? Is that a good idea? Trade offer declined. So they would be willing to accept this if I probably didn't throw in the draft pick. Okay, so I can get stuff for this. What about a next year 4? Devin White. No, it's probably going to be a 5. And at that point, do I really even want the pick? Okay, so let's not throw in the draft pick. What about just these two guys? Trade offer accepted. So we snag another corner and we snag a new left end for Devin White. Okay, we're going to make Quay Walker back into a middle linebacker. So that's the Boogie Basham replacement is Browning, Junior Browning. That defensive line looks better now, but remember we have to trade Scott Winslow as well. I think it's Spencer. No, it's Spencer Winslow. I'm going to make Quay Walker back into I'm going to give him a superstar for one, and then I'm going to make him back into a middle linebacker. Give him his superstar development back. Okay. So now, Eric Gilbert's an X Factor, by the way. That's pretty awesome. So now we have Carruthers and Donaldson. We do need a left outside linebacker, but we have to trade. The corners are fine now. We're good with corner. We don't have to worry about that. But we have to trade Spencer Winslow, probably for a D tackle and a left outside linebacker. If we can get both of those for Spencer Winslow, I don't know what his value is going to be, because we got to replace our D tackle. So we got to replace Spencer Winslow. What's his value going to be? It's not going to be as good as Devin White, obviously. Lucas Van Ness. But we don't need a left end anymore. We need a D tackle. Okay, I'm just going to go look around the league for a D tackle. Whoops, I didn't mean to kick my mic there. Sorry about that. Let's look around the league for a D tackle equivalent to what Spencer Winslow already is. And that could be like a Dwight Clinton, who has he has normal development. I don't want anybody that doesn't have at least star development. What about Michael Harrison has normal, and Joe Butler has normal as well? There's got to be a D tackle that has star or superstar or something. Roman Barrow has star. I wouldn't hate that. What's his contract? He should be on his rookie deal. He is. Siaki Ika has normal development. Josh Leonard. Alani Baskerville. I remember him from one of the draft classes. Jonathan Allen. There's got to be like a super stud D tackle just like waiting. I know there is one somewhere. He's somewhere. Tommy Togiai. Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis is a little bit too expensive. We probably can't get Jordan Davis. You know what? Let me try. Let me try to get Jordan Davis. Is this even freaking possible? Draft picks. We have pick 27. But like I said, this draft class isn't great. So if I like throw a third round pick. What about a second round pick? Spencer Winslow in a second. We could get Jordan Davis for Spencer Winslow in a first. I'll keep that in mind. I don't know if that's the right move. Derek Brackens is on his rookie deal. He just got drafted. Let's see. Eric Robinson we already took a look at. Clifton Landry. He's got normal development. What about George Yankee? George Yankee is an X Factor, and he's on his rookie deal. At least he should be. Oh, no, he's probably got a new contract. He does have a new contract. Okay. Would he be easier to get than Jordan Davis? They're around the same overall. He's actually harder to get than Jordan Davis is. I knew there was a stud out there somewhere. Looks like we found him. Ben McIntosh is not great. Cordell Patton, Jakari Scott. There's got to be somebody out here that we can get. Ed Oliver's 31. Glenn Arnett, Devon Hamilton. Then we're back to the top. I'm not sure where to go with this. I mean, we could trade our first round pick to get Jordan Davis, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. Do I really want to trade my first round pick? I mean, it is pick 27. What really are we going to get value that back? I mean, we're gonna get a better player, a more established D tackle than what we could draft in the draft. Plus, this draft class isn't that great, so maybe it is a good idea. But I mean, he's only what, star? Yeah, he's only star. That one dude is an X factor. Where's he at? George Yankee. He's a freaking X factor. He's 27. He's got 2 years left on his contract, I think is what it said. Yeah, he's got 2 years left on his contract. What does Jordan Davis' contract look like? He's 29. He's got 2 years left. So they both have 2 years left. Jordan Davis is more expensive. George Yankee just won the Super Bowl. I don't think we can find better value. Trade offer declined. I'll give you one of my 4th round picks. Trade offer accepted. So we trade Spencer Winslow, our 1st round pick from this year, and a 4th from this year, to grab an X Factor Z tackle in George Yankee that hopefully will help this team on defense, and maybe it pushes us over the edge. Maybe it pushes us over the edge. And Yankee's got an upgrade point as well. So we'll give him power rusher. So now the defensive line looks a lot better. Very much improved, especially with how good Jalen Carter and Will Anderson played this season. Now adding in George Yankee to that, plus Junior Browning hopefully will develop. I like our corners. The outside linebacker spot needs a little bit of work. And we can always move Isaiah Simmons back to strong safety, move Richardson back to corner, and then trade one of our corners. That could one of our extra corners. That could also be a possibility. So I think headed into the offseason, I would like to add a receiver and an outside linebacker. Those are really the two things that we need to do. With $13.6 million in cap space, we are unfortunately not going to be able to bring in Arthur Thorne because I'd have to franchise tag him. Maybe I'll offer him a contract in actual free agency. But let's simulate. Let's simulate and see who's in this free agency class. We've got a plan. We don't need to go for anybody big. Let's sign some free agents. We don't need to sign anybody crazy. Miles Sanders is here. Greg Rousseau. I wish Greg Rousseau wanted to be here, but he wants to be close to home, and that's really affecting his interest. I really wish Greg Rousseau wanted to be here. Greg Rousseau develops so crazy in these simulations. Tariq Woolen, we don't really need a corner anymore. The only corner that I'd be willing to bring in is the corner that we want to re-sign, the guy that we already had on our team. It looks like Kyler Murray has 6 teams interested. He wants to come back, but I don't want him back. Okay, let's go to corner. So, Tariq Woolen, 99 speed for Tariq Woolen. That's insane. Cameron Dantzler got a new profile picture. That's cool. Good for him. I know he's 30. But that would take all of our money. Oh, he's got 99 speed, though. Okay, let's go to outside linebackers. Is there anybody that wants to be here that I would want here? Hassan Reddick, but he's 34. Oh, man, we might as well just ride with what we have because there's not really a whole lot of options here. Shaq Leonard, but he's 78 normal development. I think we're just going to keep our money there. Marquise Gore kind of wants to be here. D-tackle we don't need anymore. Greg Rousseau doesn't want to be here. Okay, let's find Arthur Thorne. Where's he at? Arthur Thorne. Where is Arthur? There he is. He wants to be back. He's got 2 teams interested in him. Let's throw him a little bit of money and offer him a 3-year contract. That is pretty darn good. Okay. And then we can go to wide receiver, because I have mentioned that I wanted to bring in another wide receiver. Cortland Sutton. I mean, none of these receivers are really too much better than what we have already. Keyshawn Franklin does have 96 speed, 93 agility, 99 acceleration. Wow. He's a fast boy. Keyshawn Franklin. Yes, please? Welcome to the squad? Question mark? I might be able to move the money up a little bit. Hold on. Let me withdraw the contract there. Where's he at? Here he is. Keyshawn Franklin. Okay, so let me move this up. Let's keep this, but then move this to 1.5. There we go. That's a better deal. He liked the bonus a lot better. So our targeted players right now are bringing back Arthur Thorne, hopefully. Bringing in a new receiver who's super fast. And then the rest, we probably just save the money, I think. Because there's not a good left guard, not a good center, not a right guard that's better than what we have. So the offensive line, everybody that we have is better than what they have in free agency. I'd want Greg Rousseau, but we just don't have the cap space. Even if I didn't offer those other guys contracts, we wouldn't have the cap space to be able to bring in Rousseau, be able to outbid whoever's fighting for him. And then the linebacker class is just kind of mid. There's nobody there that I want. I would like to have Tariq Woolen, but I'm not going to be able to outbid everybody for him. So we'll just have to go on that. I think we ride with what we have. We go with who our targeted guys are. We should be able to be able to bring in both of them, and we do. We bring in Thorne back to the team, and we bring back, we bring in a new receiver, and I'm going to save the rest of that money. So that's awesome. Our corners are really, really stacked now. Our corners are definitely stacked. Offense looks good. Corners look good. Just that, it's just the linebacking core that's throwing me off. The linebacking core's throwing me off a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think we're just going to simulate now past the rest of this stuff and see what happens. We will see who is possibly better than in the draft than what we have already. I don't think there's going to be anybody that's better. We don't even have our first round picks, so. But I think this team's good enough. Don't you guys? Don't you guys think this team is good enough? I would think so. Junior Browning, I'm going to pick up his 5th-year option just so I don't have to pay him next year. I'd rather push that back so we don't have to pay him. So that's good. Who else has a 5th-year option? Jamar Woodbury. I don't know who he plays for or where he plays in the team, but we're going to pick up his option. Is he an offensive lineman? I don't remember. No, he can't be an offensive lineman. I don't know what he is, but we're gonna pick up his 5th-year option. Who cares? So let's go to mock draft number 5. We'll take a look at that, and we will take a final look at kind of where we want to go in the draft now that we don't have a first-round pick. So we got some trade offers for some interesting people. I really thought that 14-3 was going to be the move. So now we don't have a first-round pick. This class is just kind of mid. There's not really anybody that I took a look at some of these top guys, and that's what made me feel comfortable trading that first-round pick, because it's just not really worth it. I mean, obviously, there's always a good tight end, but we don't really need another tight end. We have Eric Gilbert. But, like, some of these guys I'm just not interested in. They're not that great. How good is Eddie Fisher? Because maybe we could use... Ooh, okay, Eddie Fisher is actually kind of decent in terms of physical. His finesse moves aren't great. Maybe we move into the first round to get him. We don't need another corner. We're fine at corner. What about a guy like Thomas Crowley? Looks okay. Not anything crazy. We got to remember Eddie Fisher. And I want to go to like outside linebackers. Is there like a crazy good one later in the draft maybe? Who's this guy? Oops, I don't want to do that. I've already taken a look at the guy at the top. Elite speed from Tyree Ingram, but his finesse moves, that's not that great, but I mean, he looks pretty good physically. He looks like a great athlete. So does Nick Colbert. But again, oh no, I'm not going to take him. He's got F power moves and finesse moves. I can't get past that, but I am intrigued by Tyree Ingram. What about on the left side of things? Who's this guy? He's a pass coverage archetype. Decent athlete, but he's got the F, finesse, and power. I can't do that. I know he's only a pass coverage type, but I still can't take that. Speed rusher. How do you have solid speed as a speed rusher? I'm very intrigued by one guy in this entire class. Eddie Fisher. Danny Ward, is he good? He's a good athlete. He's got D block shed. He could be good. I think Eddie Fisher is actually better, even though his finesse moves aren't as good. I think that Eddie Fisher probably is better. So let's use our one on Eddie Fisher. Let's use one on Tyree Ingram, and then let's just throw one on somebody else. We don't need a corner. Maybe a safety. Let's use it on Joey Townsend, maybe? No. Yeah, let's use it on Joey Townsend. Sure, why not? Use it on those guys. Because safety we could use. Then we could move on from like Jalen Thompson or something. What's the mock draft looking like, though? Where is like Eddie Fisher? Is he projected to go first round? So the first guy that I'm intrigued by, Eddie Fisher is projected to go 15th. Tyree Ingram is projected to go 18th. Okay, so if we want one of those guys, we'd have to jump into the first round. And I think that's possible? I just don't know if they're really worth it or not. Are they really worth jumping into the first round to get? Let me see a little bit more of them. So Eddie Fisher, first off, I want to add them to my thing. So Eddie Fisher, Tyree Ingram was his name, I think. Where's he at? There he is. And then the other was just a safety. Yeah, I think he was a strong safety. Yeah, Joey Townsend here. So actually, we fully scouted him. So he's got good speed, decent athlete. He looks like a pretty solid player overall. Okay, very interesting. What about Tyree Ingram? I didn't take a look at him fully. He's got 90% scouted. He looks really good physically. What's his archetype? He's a run stopper. Okay, he looks pretty good. He does look pretty good. And then we'll go to the Eddie Fisher. Let's see. What does he got? He's a power rusher. Great athlete. C block shed. Hit power doesn't matter too much, but his finesse moves are a D. I think we knew that already. Power moves are a B. So his block shed's a C. His power moves are a B. Very interesting. I think I'm more intrigued by Tyree Ingram than I am Eddie Fisher. And Eddie Fisher was projected to go higher than Tyree Ingram. I don't know. Let's go to the draft and figure out where everything falls. We don't have the first round pick anymore, which sucks, but we'll make it work. I feel like it was used well in getting a D tackle as good as what we got. So we'll move ahead in the draft a little bit and see where the chips fall. Chips? Adonis Fuller. That feels like a very Patriots pick, getting Adonis Fuller. All right, we are into the teens in the draft here. Paul Snow, Deshaun Peterson, Eddie. There goes Eddie Fisher. So he went right where he was projected. So now Tyree Ingram is coming up, or at least he should be. We have pick 8 in the draft, or in the second round, I should say. So if we take a look at the board, does he have a little bit of room? Okay, so he's still down the board a bit, but that doesn't mean he won't go earlier. The Dolphins could take him here. The Dolphins did take him. Okay. Dolphins took Tyree Ingram. Is my safety still available? Joey Townsend still available. We'll take him. I don't know if he's going to be good or not. He's got hidden development. Joey Townsend, okay. Maybe he'll be good. He's the only guy left on our draft board. I'm just going to end the draft, let the CPU draft the rest of the team with the rest of the picks we have. I feel like it's better that we didn't get Tyree because we would have had to give up a lot for him. And I feel like that would have made our team worse in the long run than what we are now. So if we take a look at the draft recap, I do want to take a look and see where those guys were. So Joey Towns ends up being a 63. The rest of the guys they drafted are kind of cheeks, but that's okay. Let's go to the NFL, and let's find, first off, who was the highest overall player? It was the first overall pick. So this draft class was pretty mid. So the first guy that we wanted was Eddie Fisher. He's a 73 with no development. We didn't miss anything. I'm happy. We didn't miss anything on Eddie Fisher. What about Tyree Ingram? He's a 74. He's got hidden development. What's his development trait? Please tell me it's just star. Please tell me it's just star. It's superstar. Ooh, okay. Okay. Tyree Ingram probably was the move. Okay, that hurts a little bit. The fact that we missed on Tyree Ingram. Although we might be able to trade for him, I guess. Maybe I could trade like Carruthers to get Tyree Ingram. Let me just call up the Dolphins here in preseason. See what they're kind of feeling here. So let's call up Miami. Call up South Beach. Ask them for their draft pick that they just drafted. Tyree Ingram, 74 overall, superstar development player. What do you want for him? I'd give him Nate Donaldson, probably. He cost $13.2 million for sure. I'd give him that. And you know what? They'd probably accept this straight up, so I'm going to ask for a little bit more. How about a second round pick too? Trade declined. Okay, maybe they won't ask for it straight up. They won't even accept it straight up. Very interesting. You know what? I'm going to figure this out on my own, and then next episode I'll let you know if I actually did it or not. That's going to do it for this episode, though. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Juice Club. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.